Could classic Ben Tennyson really stop the Firelord? Twitter seems to have a very strong opinion, after everyone said that Ben could cover him really easily. So I thought to myself, could he do it without these heavy hitters? We're talking about these guys, like Diamond Head, Heat Blast, Way Big, and Ghost Freak. And to raise the stakes even higher, we'll be putting Ben in a fight against Ozai on the day of Sozin's Comet. Sounds fair, right? Let's go over Ozai's feats from the show, the comics, and some unexpected peaks that Sozin's Comet has given him and his ancestors. Firelord Ozai is a master of firebending, which is essentially pyrokinesis. He does this through combat techniques that shoot crazy powerful flames that exceeds 1600 degrees Celsius, which is more than enough to burn through flesh and bones. So each fire blast is really lethal upon contact, especially on the day of Sozin's Comet. We have seen him dish out powerful, widespread, and compressed blasts of fire that can melt rocks away like butter, and enough firepower to burn away large areas in an instant. That should put him at large town to city level in destructive power, maybe small island level if we are being generous. Now Sozin's Comet itself is very important to firebender scaling, as it is what takes them from small town to potentially small island level in AP. First known as the Great Comet, it is a celestial object that passes Earth every 100 years. This brings so much energy that a firebender's AP goes up 100 times. So it is the single most important day for a firebender. 100 years before the story of the last airbender, it was used to wipe out the entire nation of the air nomads, which, even though they were pacifists, they were still an incredibly dangerous set of people, with airbending masters being able to solo many Fire Nation soldiers regardless of the comet. But the power of the comet is so lethal that it changed a fight against a near unbeatable nation into a sure victory. Ozai's AP also converts very well into single target attacks, which are perfect for combat. This can be seen in his lightning bending. This is a whole other skill separate from pyrokinesis, which is electrokinesis. Bending and shooting something as potent as lightning is nothing to sneeze at, because in the Avatar verse we can see where it is a guaranteed one-shot ability that has even slain the main character as well. Literally, he only lived because of the plot, like, it's that powerful. A single bolt of lightning becomes even more scary when you get to find out that he's actually pushing 5 billion joules of energy, which scales to small town level in AP. It's also not an easy dodge either, with lightning varying in speeds between Mach 1 to Mach 300,000. The only real weakness to his lightning bending attack is the load up time, but once it's out there, it's deadly. We can see the scare power behind electric based attacks throughout fiction. It has done serious damage to an adult forearms, Way Big, Green Lanterns, and even Superman. The attack potency might be small in destructive power, but I believe its abilities to damage one internally as well makes lightning dangerous. Ozai isn't just a heavy artillery, but he is vast. He uses this firepower as a way of making quick and sharp movements in combat. This fire, his fire palms and feet are like jet propulsion. It not only gives him the ability of flight, but like what we saw in the fight between Azula and Zuko, it can give you crazy creative combat mobility that can also end up doubling as mid-ranged attacks. This gives him insane capabilities and flexibility in combat, being able to dodge and reposition mid-fight to launch lethal attacks that are searing limbs into dust. Ozai is not just fast, but he's pretty resilient and durable, based on the type of damage we have seen him take in the show. He has an innate resistance to fire and extreme temperatures, along with knowing how to take a beating, as he has been slammed into rocks that are tough enough to mangle metal spacecrafts, which should just put him at athlete or street level in durability. He's really top heavy in damage, being able to one-shot opponents, but if anything that is at the same AP as his hits him, it's going to be deadly. Now, with the remaining aliens that Ben has in the Omnitrix, he has a variety of attack potency scalings to choose from. I want to capture the fact that this is still classic Ben with timeouts and just being locked in on one alien option once he transforms. In a battle like this, 10-year-old Ben, I know for sure, is going to go for forearms, as this alien would have some of the scariest attack potency. Using just classic feats, we can see that this alien is able to throw down, as his power has been seen dealing with monsters ranging from mutating enhanced mammoths to actually cracking the shell of the Great One, a planet destroyer who ate Cannonbolt's planet. The Great One itself has actually resisted all varying attacks of every single alien in the playlist. However, Forearms was able to leave even the slightest bit of damage on it. That kind of strength can easily place him into multi-continental, since he's able to damage a near indestructible planet eater. His speed is also nothing to sneeze at, as his reaction speeds are genuinely insane, being able to easily react to and counter attacks from Kevin 11 and a cybernetically enhanced Vilgax. Both are able to scale off of feats that we've seen from Accelerate, like Vilgax, who has not just been able to keep up with Accelerate speed but also catch him, and Kevin, who scales with that speed since he is 1/10 Kinoceleran after the mutation. This on the high end is putting Forearms at light speed reaction timing, or even faster than light, since Accelerate is easily light speed based on his time stopping feat in the episode on Naturals. And since Forearms is pretty much blitzing Kevin while he has Tetraman DNA, he is definitely faster than light. He is also crazy durable, as he has been seen tanking various harsh impacts and alien missiles, taking basically no damage. He can also trade blows with Vilgax. This is the same Vilgax who has AP that is leveling large portions of mountains with ease in his battle against Accelerate. And Forearms is also able to trade blows with a mutated Kevin who has Tetraman DNA, which easily does scale to multi-continental durability, since Vilgax is wiping cities and mountains off the map with basically minimal effort. Forearms also has a crazy amount of resistances to the cold and fire, which further makes him a more suitable matchup for anything in the Avatar verse. A major issue that would come up though is his weakness to electrokinesis, as he has been drained by Kevin 11 in his fight in the future, and this is a much stronger, more durable Forearms, taking a significantly less potent discharge as well. So Ozai still has a win condition in the bag that should honestly one-tap Forearms once he gets hit. So let's talk about how the fight would go. After Ben and Ozai would meet up on the battlefield, he would transform into Forearms to begin the battle. Now the fate of the world is on the line, so Ben would not be pulling any punches. I know Ozai would abuse the range advantage using a barrage of powerful fire blasts, which would put Ben on the defensive. This would continue to rain down on Ben as much as Ozai could until he could get an opening. Ben's fire resistance would definitely help him here to be able to push through the pressure and heat of Ozai's flames, because fighting Ozai at a closer range would be what he needs. Once he's actually in close range, the fight itself becomes a lot shorter. Ozai is faced with only 3 options here. He must either try to gain more distance for him to shoot lightning at Ben, try to hit him with lightning on point blank, or genuinely lose, as both combatants are able to completely one-shot each other based on whoever hits the other first. Ozai's lightning discharge versus the left-right good night is going to be the real decider of this fight, but I think Ozai is completely cooked here, as Ben would clobber him before he could get the movements necessary for him to pull off the lightning shooting technique. Even with no movements and instant lightning, Ben's reactions are still way too fast. As said before, scaling with Vilgax, who is easily light speed in combat speed. Dodging lightning would probably be child's play, and it could be an instant skull-crushing fatality for Ozai. So could Ben stop the Firelord? Most definitely. Maybe too easily. I went with one of his better heavy hitters that weren't literally absorbing fire or just immune to the damage of it, but even aliens like Upgrade, Upchuck, and even Stinkfly would be able to floor Ozai crazy quickly. Not to mention Accelerate, who has a much lower AP than Ozai, but godly combat speed. So let me know what you guys think about this fight. Was it unfair from the start, or was it just right? And if you want to know how Ben fares in the Saiyan saga, click this video here.